guys, welcome to Chaos Gates. Since the ban list is already released, I want to talk to you guys about the top 5 decks that are probably the best ones to use in this format. Now, I know probably you guys have different opinions on which deck could be competitive and which not, so please feel free, leave the comments below which deck you think would be most competitive in this current format. Now, I'm going to start saying the top 5 decks that I think that is probably the best decks you could probably use in this meta. Now, number 5, Dinosaurs. I have got to give the 5 slot to Dinosaurs because Dinosaurs is still a very competitive deck. Their engine is destruction, which I personally like decks that are like that. I actually like the Yangsings a lot. They're destruction based, special summoning every time they are destroyed. Like, I really like that engine. But since now they have this new monster, Overtex Quatlas, which can negate spells and traps, search for double evolution pill, you can summon him with double evolution pill, and you still have Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, which is still a really, really powerful monster. I think I have never seen a more powerful boss monster that can be summoned so easily as Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And if you're using the True Kings mixture, it might not be as well as it was back then, but the deck is actually really still consistent and I love it a lot. So I have to give the 5 spot to Dinosaurs. Slot number 4, I have to give it to True Kings or True Dracos because Masterpiece is he's really powerful because he can destroy cards during either player's turn by banishing a spell or trap, True King or True Draco, I believe, spell and trap. And you can basically summon this immune with spells and monster effects. And this guy is just so powerful. Like, he is so powerful that it's ridiculous. Like, he has 3,000, he's immune to everything. But sure, there are things like you can side deck stuff to get him off the board. Like, you can side deck Lava Golem, you could side deck Winged Dragon of Ra, Phoenix, Sphere Mode, you can side deck Kaijus. Like, there's lots of things that you could just like tribute and summon him to like get rid of those really, really strong threats. But he is a very powerful monster, and True Dracos are a really good competitive deck ever since they were released. So I believe that they deserve the 4th spot. Number 3, I'd have to give it to Invoke, because this deck is actually, sure, like, the link format slowed them down, but it's irrelevant. Like, Invokes are still powerful. Like, they still have everything at 3, and I think they're getting a link monster. If I'm not, I don't know when. I think they're getting a link monster soon, but like, the deck is still full power. The deck has everything. Like, Aleister and Magical Meltdown is just too much. Your opponent can't stop Invocation with Magical Meltdown with Solemn Warning, and when the monster reaches the board, you can't do anything to that monster. So I believe that Invoke is a very powerful deck that is gonna be in this format. Number 2, I would have to give it to, I'm gonna be realistic. Any Pendulum variant would actually be good now because Cliff and Dynamist have a new link. They have a link monster like Clifford Genius. His materials is 2 machine type monsters, so you can summon this in Dynamist and you can summon this in Clifford. So you can like summon this and then like bring out 2 monsters from the extra deck and monsters from your hand, and you could probably build out the field. And Apocalypse Towers came out, so that is another boss monster that you have to worry about in Clifford's. But Magician Pendulums are very strong. Like, okay, before you guys say anything, I know Double Iris Magician got hit. I know it got hit and Joker got banned, but they really didn't need that much double iris magician. They still have Wisdom Eye at 3. They got Pendulum Graph at 3. They got Duelist Alliance at 3. We Black Fan Magician still at 3, and now they got Heavy Metaphors. What's his name? Electromite. Like this fucking card. Like this card is so freaking insane. Like you can search for stuff, like put it in your extra deck, pop a card to add it to your hand, and then if a card in your Pendulum Zone leaves the field, not necessarily destroyed, leaves the field, so you could probably bounce it back to your hand with, I don't know, Firewall or something. You bounce it back to your hand, and you can draw a card. Like, and you could do that every turn. You can literally pop a card, and then you draw a card. And then with Pendulum Graphs, you can destroy your other scale to destroy another card your opponent controls, and you draw another card because of Electromite. Like, Electromite is so freaking strong in Pendulum Magicians. And in Odd Eyes, it is probably equally strong because like I said, destruction-based decks. Odd Eyes now has the Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon, which makes it so if any Odd Eyes card is destroyed by battle or card effect, any time, like I could destroy it, you could destroy it, it'll still go off. You can summon an Odd Eyes from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So you can literally just Sky Iris, destroy your Pendulum Zone, to add an Odd Eyes monster. His effect goes off, you special summon a monster from your deck, and then Electromite goes off. Since a card in your Pendulum Zone left the field, you can draw a card. You're adding a card, special summoning, and drawing a card. You're doing 3 fucking things. You're doing 3 fucking things in Odd Eyes. And in Pendulum Graphs, you're gonna summon this guy. You're gonna probably use one of the Magician's effects, like they get destroyed. You draw a card, then your opponent's turn, Pendulum Graph, destroy, you draw another fucking card, like you draw 2 fucking cards, and you get 2 slots to Pendulum summon from your extra deck. Like, Magician, like, these Pendulum variants are going to be very, very strong now thanks to Electromite. So I think that is something we really have to look out for. And my number 1 slot, I really don't know what to pick for my number 1 slot, but it's between Magibullets, aka Magical Musketeers, or Trickstar. Both of these decks are at full power. Like, okay, many people aren't using Magical Musketeers, but they are very underestimating them. Literally, you can summon Caspar or Doc or Kid Brave, any of those 3. You summon them, activate Ties of the Brethren, special summon 2 from your deck, you gain their effect because you activated a spell at their column. So if you did it with Kid Brave, you discard a monster because those are the only monsters you need. Discard a monster, draw 2, or any spell or trap you think that it's not that good, and you draw 2. Or if you do it with Caspar back, you summon 2, you add a Magic Bullet spell or trap, and then in your opponent's turn you could just like activate it, search, activate it, do that, add to my hand because of Doc, activate it, discard this, draw 2 because of Kid Brave. Like, you're gonna do so many things. Like, all you need to do is summon a monster with Ties of the Brethren. They have stuff that negates monster effects. They got stuff that negates spells and traps. They got stuff that destroy. They got stuff that banish. They have literally everything to fuck you over during your turn and the player's turn. And Trickstars, this deck could either deck you out or it could burn you to death, because this deck is at full power. This deck did not get touched. You can literally make your opponent get decked. I got decked out. Like, they just did present card and like Trickstar Reincarnation, I believe. Banish your opponent's hand and draw the same number. Like, literally, they did that with another engine. Like, I think he had like Appropriate and Gift of Greed. Like, so to keep giving me that burn damage. Like, the deck is absolutely, it's insane. The deck is crazy. So I believe that Trickstars could be first place alongside with Magic Bullets. But like I said, you tell me which deck could probably be good. Leave it in the comments below, and I will definitely be looking forward to your likes, subscriptions, for more of this content. Thank you very much. This is Chaos Gates, and it is now your move.
And now you're gone, and nothing makes this seem more wrong. The memory of your face keeps dragging.